My 24F mom died when I was 7 from leukemia. I have very few memories of her from before she was sick, and I didn't get to spend a lot of time with her in her last year. But she was an artist, and until she couldn't anymore, she would make me little collages when she was in the hospital with drawings and photos and messages for me. My grandmother put them all in a book for me after she died. I wanted to be like my mom, and my counselor thought it would help. So I started a journal where I would do kind of a similar thing, and I've done at least one page a week all these years ever since my mom died. More when I miss her or have something hard going on. So I have kind of a unique record of my mental state over the last 16 years. My father remarried when I was 9. My stepmother really leaned hard into the "I'm your mom now," and my father didn't stop her. It improved when they had my half-brother, because she basically forgot about me then. Unfortunately, he got cancer when he was 3. And I pretty much ceased to exist for my father. He was either working or gone with my brother, and I spent all my teen years mostly at home alone or with my grandparents. The mantra was that my brother needed to be the focus because he might die, so I needed to not be selfish since I was healthy. I stopped trying to talk to him when I was 16, and it was a dark time. I moved out when I was 18 and cut them off completely. My grandparents let me know that my brother died a couple of years ago, but respected my desire to remain NC with my father. He recently reached out to them because he wants to see me and talk. I went through my old journals and made him a PowerPoint with images of the entries where I had talked about being frustrated and feeling abandoned and unwanted, some with literal quotes of things my dad had said to me during arguments. Even the really dark stuff from when I was seriously depressed. Then I ended it with a photo of one of my mom's colleges where she had written, "Remember that your dad and I are always here for you," and I wrote, "You failed. Go away," underneath. I felt like him being able to see it from my literal perspective would communicate why I don't want him back better than I could. Evidently it worked, but a little too well because I've been bombarded by family telling me that it's understandable that I don't want to see him. But what I sent gutted him, and he's completely fallen apart after reading through it, and it was unnecessarily cruel. Not the idiot in the slightest. You told your dad how you felt, and it made him have to confront his failures as a parent. It is not your fault he neglected you. He is upset because he knows what you put in the PowerPoint is the reality of how he treated you when you were just a child. Now that the truth is out and you have reestablished no contact, I hope you are able to let go of some of the anger you have at him and know that you did nothing to cause how he treated you. I'm no contact with my dad, and have been able to find a lot of peace in the life I have built without him. I hope for the same for you. Not the idiot at all. That was a reality check what he had done to you, and he didn't like it. And your enabling family neither. The presentation forced them to look in the mirror, and what they saw is ugly. I, 34F, have been married to my husband, 38M, for 10 years now, and we have a 9-year-old daughter. When COVID hit, I lost my job. Because I was used to being busy, I poured all my time and efforts into homemaking. My husband loved coming home to a clean house, a cooked dinner, and a wife that was not stressed. I used to work in retail, and as an introvert, it was hell. Keep in mind that I was still providing financially for my savings. Last year, I got back to work. Like I mentioned, I don't like having nothing to do, and with my daughter in school, I got bored with staying home. I was lucky to find a job that allowed me to be OFH and have flexible hours. My husband, on the other hand, hated not having a housewife. After a lot of arguments, me staying with my parents for a couple of weeks, and in refusing couples counseling, I came up with an idea. I asked him what he liked about having a housewife. He mostly said what I mentioned above. So I told him that I will be taking charge of the home and children rearing, but in exchange he has to take care of our expenses on his own, like a true breadwinner. He agreed. For the last 9 months or so, I stuck to my side of the deal. The house is always clean. I make breakfast, pack his lunch, have dinner ready when he gets home, help my daughter with homework, etc. The thing is, I am still working and earning money. It's just that now, that money is mine to do with whatever I want. No longer am I helping with splitting the cost of bills and groceries. Last month I went ahead and got myself a car upgrade, and it was like I flipped a switch. Now he is saying that he wants to get back to how things used to be. I refuse. I said that I like how things are right now. He said that rigid gender roles have no place in a modern relationship. So I said that he should go invent a time machine and tell that to his past self from a year ago. He got so upset that he left home to cool off, and I think I was an off for how I phrased it. So AITA, not the idiot. I'm sorry, but I laughed so hard at this. Now that you seem to profit from the whole package deal, he wants to back out. God forbid you get something nice for yourself after you treat him like a king and cater to his demands and literally being wife, mother, and maid. You're a full-time housewife and have a WFX job? Good on you, bravo. That can't be easy to manage. I think it's only natural that you get to keep your profits to yourself. He agreed to the deal. Not the idiot. Husband complained when you worked and didn't do all the homemaker stuff. You offered a compromise, he accepted. Now he's complaining about the compromise. Sounds like what he really wants is to split expenses and for you to handle everything at home. which is unreasonable. I am 36. I've been with my girlfriend at 32 for 2 years. I have 2 boys, I'm 13 and I'm 9 from my previous relationship. Their mom is not in the picture. I work full-time and my girlfriend used to stay home and take care of everything else. I still help out here and there. Yet she would complain about the kids causing constant messes, not receiving proper discipline, accidents like breaking a vase, and the list goes on. She complained that she is more of a parent than I am, which is not true since I provide an income. Yet she decided she wanted to go back to work and started looking. She found a potential job and her interview was yesterday. I called her to remind her to pick the kids up from school since she's responsible for it, but she said she was about to start her interview and told me to go get them. I was stunned. I told her I couldn't because I was at work. She said I could take a break, but I refused because this would have affected my job. I asked if she'd take 10 minutes to quickly go pick them up, but she refused. We ended up getting into an argument and me telling her she should have figured something out beforehand. She blew up saying that I'm the parent and that she was tired of being at my beck and call all the time. The kids ended up being picked up by my friend 40 minutes later, which made them upset. At home, I got into a huge argument with my girlfriend, calling her selfish for doing this to the kids and ditching them like that. She said that she had an important interview and that I, as the parent, could have figured something out instead of expecting her to drop what she was doing and pick the kids up. She called me an asshole, then went to stay with her mom. YTA. Wow, she had a job interview. You already have a job, and they are your children. Of course, you should have taken a break from your job. Or you should have arranged something else. Your GF was not available that day. And no wonder she is getting a job if you refuse to do more than help out here and there and hold over her head that you are more of a parent than her because you provide an income. Once she gets the job, you will probably need to do 50% of the household tasks and 100% of the parenting. You're just trying to sabotage her to prevent that from happening. YTA. She had something going on that was important for her and her future, and your children. She's right. She's more of a parent than you because providing an income isn't the same as actual parenting. You're basically letting her do a 24/7 job to avoid taking responsibility yourself.